Hi guys, my name is Diego, but you can also call me Diego Gem. I am 22 years old and I live in the US EST. I'm a gamer who loves anything to do with cats, music, art, the space and stars, the horror genre, and of course, I love video games. So soon I'll be streaming a variety of games, but mainly Dead by Daylight and Gwent, the Witcher 3 card game on Twitch. So follow me here or there and stay tuned to see more. So otherwise, let's get into the Anguish Rift Pass. All right, so for the sake of time, I'm only going to be going over the 15 new cosmetic outfits that are out now for killers and survivors. I'm not going to be going over the charms, banners, or avatars or anything of that sort, just to keep this short. Okay, so first we have Jane Romero. We've got her skin is called Break Loose. Jane welcomed a hot new pop star onto the show, and she took to the stage wearing one of her iconic outfits. This is your tier 1 reward for the new Rift Pass, Anguish, and it's also the Deep Rift is the final tier for the Rift Pass. Okay, so next we have the Plague. Her skin is called the Dark Apostate. Her followers feared the rise of another zealotry, but she told them to fear nothing. This one also has a Deep Rift version to it as well. Personally, I think this might be one of my favorites, if not my favorite, from this Rift Pass. Oh, she's speaking. Our next skin we have is for Yun-Jin Lee. It's called Media Hype. Yun-Jin sat down for an interview to discuss and defend No Spin's controversial new single. Alright, so the next cosmetic we have is for Jake Park. It is called Out of Place. Jake stood off to the side, struggling to mingle, wishing his father hadn't invited him to attend this lavish party. I personally really like this new hag skin. It is called Rouge Creature. Says, as a young girl, she thought she saw something lying in wait as she passed by the swamp. Next, we have a cosmetic skin for David called All-Time Frontman, which is actually kind of insane looking at it. It's a little wild. It says, David curled up on the couch and put on a documentary about a rock star he was obsessed with as a boy. David, what were you thinking about? All right, so next we have the Blight. His skin is called Past Resurgence. He thought he was alone in the depths of the bleed when the figure emerged from the ground. Next, we have this Jeff skin. The description says the band was known for their costumes and theatrics. Jeff was beyond excited to be their roadie. Yeah, I mean, for Jeff, who's like a guaranteed certified rocker, yeah, this is a cool skin for him. The next skin we have is arguably my favorite in the past, and I'm glad that it also has a Deep Rift version in the past, so I can enjoy both versions. But this is Thalita's Time Out cosmetic. Going to the concert with her brother was exactly what Thalita needed. School had been stressful and her motivation was slipping. All right, next we have Conqueror Doom for the Trapper. Once the rubble had settled, he returned to the collapsed tunnel and waited until morning. This skin is a sight to see. Vanquish Destroyer for the night. Tarhos was locked in a gruesome battle with the most fearsome mercenary in the Empire. It's kind of giving me like Souls game energy a bit, and I'm not complaining at all. I love that. Love those games. All right, so next up we have a Legion skin, specifically for Susie. It is called Murderous Soul. She helped carry the cleaner's body to Joey's car, exhilarated and furious. All right, so next up we have one for Renato. It is called Let Loose. Renato was excited about his first concert and thankful to his sister for getting their parents' approval. For our second to last skin, we've got one for Nea. It is called Bloody Eye, and the description says, her friends were goofing around with some old spray cans when one of them suddenly burst. Our final skin is one for the Huntress, and it is called Break the Cage. The remaining soldiers wheeled her through the forest. Those who survived were relieved to finally capture their worst nightmare. Since this is the final one, of course, there is a Deep Rift version as well. But yeah, I love this edgy vibe that they've given to Huntress with the skin, with a different, like, kind of almost monochromatic vibe to it. Super cool. All right, so that is all I have for today, covering the cosmetics, the new cosmetics of the Anguish Rift Pass, both the free track and the premium track. If you enjoyed watching this video, please consider leaving a like. And if you'd like to see more of me or like seeing Gwent or Dead by Daylight related content, consider subscribing here and following me on Twitch. I'll be starting there soon, streaming games like this. So anyways, thank you again for watching, and you guys have a great rest of your days, nights, and stay safe. What were you thinking about, David? David, who were you thinking about? The hair is crazy.